Good morning, YouTube. How you doing? Dave in Kentucky. Got some coffee. Gonna have a shave. Gonna revisit a razor that gave me a little bit of trouble before. If you look back, and I'll try to remember to put a link down in the description, it was video number 237, and it was with the Durham Dorset. I think I kept calling it Durham Duplex or whatever. You know, people call them different things. I think it's a Dorset, actually. But anyhow, had an issue where very loose cap and it flipped off while I was shaving. But anyway, I survived, obviously, and we're going to revisit that. Today we're using Ethos Tonka bean, and we're going to top things off with the Winter Reserve Shave Tonic, and whipping things up with the Kickflip, named Kickflip by myself because it's like the skateboard type of plywood look to it. Anyway, it's a Trotter Handcraft with a Maggard synthetic. Let me get my face wet. And the brush, I'll start to load some product here. Henry HD Shaves commented about he knew something was different, couldn't figure out what it was. Realized the door was replaced. This home, the previous gentleman was older and in a wheelchair, and in order to gain access to the bathroom, his idea was to have somebody pull the door off, cut some 2x4s off in that corner, and screw a bigger door, screw the hinges right into the 2x, and have it swing out into the hallway. And it made it easier for him to access this with his wheelchair. I'm not in a wheelchair yet, and so I wanted to put it back the way it was. The door swings in now, the regular door back in place. And so, you know, slowly fixing things like anybody does around the house. And finally hit the shave down a little bit. Right, let's grab some of this proto leather. And I'm kind of at a quandary with the shave down. I've got ideas, things I'd like to do. You know, you run into, am I wanting to make it, you know, am I more concerned with aesthetics and appearance or functionality? Where do those two meet? Hey, everybody's different, right? I don't put on airs, so just trying to figure out what I want to do. So I kind of hit pause, trying to figure out how to take care of the soaps now, because the thing I had hanging here doesn't work with this door. You swing it open, hitting the wall and everything. Anyway, I'm trying to think of shelves and things for what to do with the soaps. So it's a constantly evolving thing. So it was about 10 months ago I had this razor. Man, I love this scent. I think I have way too much soap. I love that. I'm going to try not to overhydrate it like I tend to. So I had read that some people used Artist Club blade. And so that's what I did. I modified it. I used my metal nippers and took a pretty hefty chunk. I'll take the razor apart after I'm done shaving because it's fiddly to do on camera to get it ready again. And I'll show you, but there's two posts basically. You have to get the blade to be able to straddle. And like I said, I used my metal nippers, which took too big of a chunk out of it. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to revisit this and come up with a better solution. I did get a better top cap. It wasn't as loose, and that helped immensely. I do have some wiggle in this, and it's the screw that holds the base plate to the head. It won't tighten anymore. Probably before this shave, I should have backed that out, maybe put a gasket or one of these things, spacers or whatever, washer. Couldn't think of the word. It's early, man. Put a washer or something in there and then try to tighten it up. Haven't played with it yet. I got the blade in that I was going to use to shave, and I didn't feel like taking it apart to play with it then. But anyhow, we're going to go ahead with the shave. Basically, I've modified and have a Feather Professional blade to cut with. Here you're supposed to be able to cut both ways. I never use the back side, and but there is one in there just to hold the cap level the way it was supposed to. Here's the original blade, which would kind of go around everything. Instead, I have a blade on each side. Alright, so that's what we've got there. Shout out to Freddie on DFS. Seeing him use his is what kind of got the fire lit under my butt to get me going again. And I'm going to be much more careful with this because it's got movement in it, and I'm going to keep feeling like the blade's coming out or something, so I'll be checking it and moving slow so I don't have issues like I did the previous shave. Again, shave 237. Now I noticed Freddie, when he used a Dremel, and that was the key, using a Dremel just to get the thin slot cut that you needed, he cut all the way through to the channel, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when I take the razor apart. I chose just to go just before it cut through, and so I would give me a little more blade exposure is what I was looking for, and I feel it. Not in a bad way. I do need to take care of the wonkiness of that screw holding that base plate, because there is movement on this, as you can see. The movement that it has doesn't seem like it's obviously going to affect the shave or anything. It's not going to come off from the handle, but it does make it feel like your tool is loose and takes some of the control away. Hopefully the handle or the cap won't implode and come off like it did before. If you go to check out that other video, I'll save you some time too. It was somewhere in the third pass, so you know how it is. You're a little cautious at first, and as things are going smooth, you move a little quicker, you get a little cavalier. Oh, things are fine, and all of a sudden, whew, caught me off guard. So if I appear a little cautious, or like I'm treading lightly on this shave, that's because I am. I do not have a bear in the shave den. That's my stomach growling, letting me know, hey, you've had me fasting all night, and all you've given me is some sips of coffee. We'll address that later. So I purchased another razor that gave me the top cap I could use on this one. These aluminum ones are a little harder to find, but I got one of the ones with the plastic handle to get a good cap, reasonably priced. So and that problem seems to have been corrected. Now if we could just get the wiggle situated. I think we have a winner. Because these are just cool looking razors. And now it's a good shaving razor. Check alignment here and so forth. I think we're still good. Nice. Nice. We survived that. Let me rinse this off, get cleaned up here. And when I say we survived that, I meant we were able to finish the shave this time. It was an enjoyable one. Very, very good. Okay, so a little bit of eucalyptino, basically witch hazel product with lots of alcohol, and some eucalyptus oil. And let's clean this brush. So again, thank you, Freddie on DFS, for reminding me I needed to visit this. All right, set that brush there. And let me put on the aftershave. And then we'll take this razor head off, let you see what I was talking about and what we did. Man, it's a good scent. My hands clean. All right. So this top cap comes off by sliding it, and as soon as I slide it, you're going to see the blade on the other side. One of them might drop off. So let me close the sink thing there. Pull that off. Yep, there they go. Let me pick these both up. And I'll show you the little notches that I put in. So I lined up with where I had to let them slide past there on the razor itself. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Let me get it in place first. So that's what I did. See how it'll sit on there? And so instead of cutting all the way through, as I saw Freddie did, I stopped just shy of it, which gave me a little bit more exposure, and I felt like in control. Although I guess it's not going to slide even if you go all the way through. It's just going to let the blade come back further and have a little less exposure. So then I did a second one to put on the back side. So you have both on there. Trying to get my fingers on this thing. Okay, set it on and slide it in place. And you might need to use your nail and kind of push that in place again, or you could get a there we go. I just used a nail on my finger, but you could get like a toothpick or something. Anyhow, line it back up again. So there you have it. And there you have the modification, hack, whatever you want to call it, for the Durham Dorset razor. Right at the 20-minute mark. Okay, so nice shave. Going to play with this a little bit more. Like I said, I'm going to take care of the wonkiness of the take this all off again so I can show you what I'm talking about here. there's a screw at the top there that holds it, and this thing is loose. It won't tighten anymore. I have a feeling when I bought this off of eBay, the person knew, as loose as the cap was on it, that's why I had to get another cap, and that thing flopping around. They got it, played with it, and I don't know what all they did, but they knew it wasn't working properly when they sold it to me. And I'm trying to get it going again so I can use it. I'm already at a point where I can use this and enjoy it, but we're going to fine tune this and have this a solid tool again. So anyway, Dave in Kentucky, be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the pages. Thanks for visiting.